Welcome to the table. Come in and have a seat. I'm joined by our cast of wonderful and affordable role players. Before we begin tonight's finale, I just want to thank everyone that has made this project what it is so far. You are the true heroes here, so if you have enjoyed the story so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to never miss out on any of the action. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's finale of Heroes of Theros, Godfall. When last we left our heroes, you guys had completed your divine ordeal, appeasing the gods and returning Ephyra to the night sky. To reward you, you have been given new items, some of you new weapons, and all of you have been given a chariot pulled by Pegasi. And with that, your final task is that to destroy the Archon and restore Melethis back to its rightful glory. You all jump upon your respectable steeds, and I believe it was Aeolus that said those immortal words.
We ride at dawn, bitches!
And let's
Is it
begin.
dawn now?
I guess.
Can't tell.
Where's
Gods
the
are lighting up the sky too much. I
Can't
can't tell
tell,
what time
it's
it is.
I never said he was an intelligence shader.
The Pegasi neigh, and they spread their magnificent silver wings. The carts lurch forward, and you feel yourself being pulled through space and time. At first, you see a small little blue dot, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it continues to go faster. You feel like your flesh is about to be pulled off of your bones, and all of a sudden, you are flying through the land of Theros, heading towards Melethis. As you arrive upon Melethis, you see the city on fire. A large crater has been blasted into the earth, and you see the starting of a dark citadel being built in its ruins. Where the Pythagoras used to stand is just now rubble. Buildings have been torched, destroyed. You see people in chains walking through. The harbor is empty of ships, and a giant whirlpool is what remains. From the whirlpool, you can see down into the underworld, and you see demons flapping and flying up to torment more people. You all are on your respectable chariots. What do you guys do upon seeing this?
Pip's gonna go, oh no, I'm gonna need a drink before I start this. And I pull out some flasks and throw some grapes in some flasks. And Pip has done this like many times. He's turned grapes into wine using his druidic magic. But this time when he tries to do it, they don't turn into wine.
Okay.
This time he notices, he goes, oh, that's not right, but I'll definitely take this. And they turn into healing potions.
Okay.
Due to my new piety, and he goes, well, these could still be useful. And he flies his chariot up to everybody and hands them out. And everybody now has one healing potion that will last for the day.
Klaus, let's see. So we are riding up above this whirlpool, essentially, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so Klaus and his carriage will look out the side, and I would say Klaus is still a bit shaken from the previous encounter, so he is not all too excited to get started with this, but he feels it his right and his duty to attack, to come forth this.
Aeolus is going to give Klaus D10 of Bardic Inspiration.
He will appreciate that.
D10 of Bardic Inspiration?
You want to roll it, or you want me to do it?
You have to roll it. You can use it whenever you want.
Oh, okay, I will take that.
Tell me again what whirlpool's doing. Is it stuff coming out of the whirlpool?
Yes, there's demons that seems to be coming out of the whirlpool.
So I'm assuming that I'll have to wait for the initiative because there is something I would like to try to do, but I don't know if I can do it until we actually do the initiative.
As you fly over, the demons do take notice of you.
At any opportunity, I'm going to try to do something to prevent the demons from flying towards us, but I don't know if I can do it unless you say we have to do initiative first.
No, you don't really get a surprise round because they are alert. You can see an armada around there. So people are trying to get back into Melethis, but the demons are basically halting people at the gate. As they see you approach by sky, a horn will sound alerting everybody to your presence. Some of the demons start to fly up, and yes, we will go into initiative. All right, so what did everybody roll for initiative?
You want us
Klaus
to
rolled a
repeat?
21.
Okay, Klaus rolled a 21.
Aeolus rolled a 14.
Okay, Aeolus rolled a 14.
Lopus rolled a 20.
Lopos rolled a 20.
Pip rolled 16.
Okay.
Ragnar rolled an amazing 3!
So we will go ahead and start with Klaus. Klaus, 3 demons approach your team. What do you do?
I am going to cast Aid,
And what level are you casting this at?
3rd. because it's going to add an additional 5 for each slot above 2. So that's going to be 10 points.
Okay, and who are the lucky 3 are you casting this on?
I am casting this on, well, I have Aeolus, and then how about we go with Ragnar and Lopos?
So you're not casting it on yourself. Very
No,
noble.
I'm not.
Lopos, Ragnar, and Aeolus, you all benefit from a boost of 10 temporary hit points. Those hit points will be taken off first before actual damage is done. Klaus, you still have to move.
Yeah, so I'm going to go. Okay, we're going to move right inside of the shore.
Okay. So you're going to fly straight into the middle of battle.
I will.
Very smart, I think.
We'll see.
Are you doing anything else?
I don't think I can do a bonus action, can I? Because
You don't have any bonus actions you can do.
that's what I thought. Okay, no, that's fine.
All right, do you end turn?
I end turn.
All right. End turn. It is now Lopos. So Lopos, go ahead and describe to me what you're doing.
As I whip the reins to move my chariot forth, I release it as it moves forward. Reaching into my quiver, I pull out a arrow that is icy to the touch. As I launch it above the town to the demons to the back, ice storms down upon them.
The Ashen Rider that was coming out of the Citadel to attack you, riding upon his Chimera, followed by one of the Eaters of Hope, get caught in your storm. So, the Ashen Rider will make a dexterity saving throw. He gets advantage because he is on top of his steed. He's going to fail. The Chimera also fails. And, of course, the Demon. The Demon will succeed. So the Demon will be able to fly safely out of it. So full damage is what?
It's going to be 19. That's going to be 7 bludgeoning damage and 12 cold damage.
19 points of damage?
That is correct. And then half on a failure. And then hailstones will make that area difficult terrain to pass through.
Okay, so they take double movement to get through it.
That is correct.
Perfect. Is that everything?
Yeah, that will be it.
Did you move, Lopos?
Yes, I did. I moved directly east.
But you're just out of range. Lucky boy.
It's not luck. Nyla's on my side.
Lopos, it is the end of your turn. Pip!
I'm going to come forth here, and I raise out my staff, and I shoot lightning out towards these 2 Eaters of Hope. And that all will also get all the way back to this last creature in the back as well. It's 100 foot long.
Which creature?
What's that thing?
To the
back here?
Chimera.
The
Okay.
Chimera, yeah. And to DC 18.
They're going to go ahead and roll. One fails, the other one fails, and the Chimera.
So they all take 29 lightning damage.
29 lightning damage. Very nice.
And that'll be my full turn there.
So go ahead and describe what you do while I do damage.
So Pip's gonna come up, he's gonna be like, oh no, these guys again. I'm not sticking around to see what they do. And he's gonna whip out his staff and point it out, and you'll just see, just as it comes out of the sky, but this time out of his staff, a lightning streaks across through these 2 demons and all the way back into the Chimera into the back of the mountain. And they just like revel in pain as lightning courses through all their bodies.
The Chimera in the back shrieks, and the Ashen Rider is thrown off a little bit. He tumbles down to the ground, and you see him look up, and he's actually teleports back onto the top of the Chimera. He takes his spear, he drives it into the head of the goat, and there's like a pulse, and the Chimera rights itself up yet again. Pip, did you move your full 40?
That would be my full 40, would it be? That would only have been about 25. So let me move a little bit further.
Okay.
And go right back to where I was with the rest of my movements.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Next up is Aeolus.
First thing Aeolus is going to do is reach into his bag and put on the mask that was given to him by Phoenix. He's going to put that on.
Aeolus, as you put the mask on, your body feels like it's covered in ice. The world goes gray for you, and everyone around you seems to have lost track of where you are. The creatures that seems to be following you, their gaze seems to be changed elsewhere. What do you do?
I am going to move up past the ships here. And are the Eaters of Hope within 10 feet of each other?
The Eaters of Hope are within 10 feet of each other, yes.
Alrighty, I am going to take a chance here, and I'm going to cast Confusion on them. They have to make a Wisdom saving throw. Alright, so the spell save DC is a 17, so 1 saved and 2 failed. What confusion does is it warps the creature's mind, making it see delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. So each creature in a 10-foot radius of a sphere that I laid down has to make a wisdom saving throw, and they risk being affected by it. So since 2 of them failed, they can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of their turns to determine its behavior for that turn. So when their turn starts, you have to roll a d10, and there's a list of things. And if you want, like, when the time comes, whatever they rolled, I'll read off what happens to them.
Okay.
But for now, they can't take reactions.
So the ones in red are the ones that failed. Okay.
Okay. And that will end my turn.
Did you move your full 40?
I did not, but I think I'm good here for now.
You got to move your full 40.
There we go. That's done. And that will end my turn.
All right. So next up is the Ashen Rider. So the Ashen Rider is going to get onto his mount, and he's going to move outside of the area of effect. Lopos, he sees you, and he sees the bow that you're wielding once more. He's not overly happy that bow is back in his life.
Tough.
So he's going to fire at you, Lopos. 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
Lopos, you're going to take 11 points of necrotic damage, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of the creature's next turn. So you can't heal these hit points. And then he's going to actually shoot another bolt at you, so you get 2 bolts. The second bolt is a 12.
That's going to miss.
That is going to miss. All right. So, Aeolus, the demons are moving. The 2 that were affected, what do I do?
Before they can make any type of movement, you have to roll a d10.
All right. So the one that wants to attack you, he got a 10.
Creature can act and move normally. At the end of each of its turns, unaffected target can make a wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds, this effect ends for that target.
So the creature, even though he's affected by your spell, he shakes himself free for this moment, and he soars towards Klaus. Klaus, he's going to swing at you with 2 of his claws, 25 to hit, and a 19 to hit.
The 25 will hit, the 19 will not.
The 25 will hit. So, Klaus, you are going to go ahead and take 5 points of slashing damage and 4 points of necrotic damage. The next one that was affected, he was going to roll a 6. Aeolus, what does a 6 mean for a confused creature?
The creature does not move or take actions this turn.
Okay. He's just kind of flapping and hovering there. The next Eater of Hope is going to fly over around his compatriot, and he's going to attack you, Lopos, with 2 of his claws. A 9 and 8.
9 and an 8 does not hit me.
And the final demon will move out of the effect, and he will head down towards you to join the fight. That is everybody. So the one that was able to shake himself free, he's going to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He makes the wisdom saving throw and rolled a 13. He does not save, so he's still confused.
Alrighty.
So next up is Ragnar. The demon will take an attack of opportunity upon you. He will swing at you with 1 of his claws. 20 to hit. You're going to take 5 points of slashing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
And then I'm going to cast a spell.
All right. What spell are you casting?
I'm going to cast a Gust of Wind.
All right, go ahead.
So basically, it's a gust of wind. It's a line of a strong wind of 60 foot long and 10 foot wide. So basically, I'm pointing the wind towards this guy here who just came out of that area of effect. And I'm going to push him back into that area of effect. He has to make a strength saving throw, or be pushed 15 feet away in the direction of the line.
So both him and the Chimera are going to make that saving throw. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Is that an area of effect, or is it...
Basically, the wind, you see my line, it's going this direction, so it's going to push him 15 foot back into that area in that direction. And then it's a DC 15, it's a strength saving throw.
So let's go ahead and roll them. 12 for the Chimera. Rider gets an 18.
Okay, the rider will save, but the Chimera will not, and it'll get pushed back in 15 feet into that area of effect.
It doesn't matter because the rider is on the Chimera, so he will get knocked back into the area of effect.
Sweet.
Are you doing anything else, Ragnar?
That's all I can do. I moved and I took my action.
Fair enough. Okay, so Ragnar's turn is done. Klaus, your turn begins.
All right, so I am going to cast Spirit Shroud, and I'm going to call forth good spirits that will filt around you for the spell's duration, which is the duration of the spell. And so then I'm going to, since that's a bonus action, I'm going to take my action and attack with I'm going to try to attack this guy with a double-bladed scimitar. Should be close enough. And so 24 and an 11
The 24 will hit.
for a 7, and then the radiant damage, which is another 8 of radiant damage.
So 15 points of damage. Do you want to describe what you're doing?
I am essentially going up in this chariot, and I run up to this Eater of Hopes. I call upon the good spirits that follow upon me and slash my scimitar at him, and the good spirits, I suppose I can't picture that one quite cleanly, but they attack along with my scimitar. They attack this thing along with my scimitar.
All right. Dealing 15 points of damage. You still need to make your movements.
Yes.
So you're going to take an attack of opportunity.
Uh-huh. And I want to get this guy with my scimitar again.
13 will miss you.
He gets the attack of opportunity. That's correct. Not me.
So that is the end of your turn, correct?
Yeah. Yes, and he does not hit me with that.
Okay. Lopos, you're up.
I am going to do a claw attack on him, but also I am going to put Slayer's Prey on him as a bonus action.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
18 will hit.
All right, so that's going to be 3 slashing damage, and then I am going to keep on heading east for my movement speed.
Did you roll your d6?
I did not roll my d6. That's going to be 6 extra damage.
How much damage you do total?
That's going to be 9 damage total.
All right, as you move away, it's going to go ahead and swing at you.
Actually, it's not, because I am mobile. So when I make a melee attack against a creature, I don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether I hit or not.
Can't argue with that.
And then I am gonna unleash another one of my arrows from my special bow. Does 32 hit?
It's a critical. It definitely hits.
All right, so that's going to be 17 piercing damage to the Eater of Hope that tried to claw at me.
Very nice. The arrow sinks into the creature. Fire from that bow, it definitely hurts a lot worse than normal bow does. Anything else you're doing, Lopos?
Nope, that will be my end of turn.
All right. Pip.
Pip's going to start coming up this way, up to right about there.
Okay.
And then he's going to cast on the rider back here, Elemental Bane.
Make a Constitution saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the element you are using?
I'm going to turn to our cleric here, and I'm just going to be like, lightning.
Constitution saving throw. 19.
Are you serious? Yeah, he passes. So, Pip wastes his turn.
All right. Are you doing anything else?
With his bonus action, he's going to call out Karamatra.
Yep, Karamatra.
So Pip's going to be like, oh, Karamatra, give me your aid. I need protection. And there's going to be vines that start growing around him. And Pip's going to have a +1 to his AC for the next minute.
Are you doing anything else, Pip?
No, that's all Pip can really do.
Aeolus.
Has it been 1 minute yet, or are they still under the spell?
They are still under the spell.
All right, then I am going to give a D10 of Bardic Inspiration to Ragnar, and I will call that my turn.
You're just going to use your bonus action doing that?
I'm going to cast Shatter.
Who are you casting Shatter on?
I'm going to cast Shatter on the 2 Eaters of Hope that are confused.
All right. Sounds good. Constitution saving throw, correct?
That is correct.
One is going to get a 20, and the other one is going to get a 16.
The second one failed with a 16.
Second one failed with a 16. All right. So what is the damage?
11 is the full damage for the one that failed, and 6 damage for the one that saved.
The one that did not save is not looking good. They're getting very furious, but the one he's just kind of like just flapping his wings and just there. Aeolus, go ahead and move.
All right, wait, before I do that, are they carrying any non-magical objects?
No, they're kind of nude.
Then that's it. I'm going to move, and that will end my turn.
Next up is the rider.
I just want to make a reminder for you that you're still under the effects of a gust of wind. So for every 2 feet of movement you make towards us, you actually lose 1 foot of movement.
That's a continuous effect then, correct?
Correct. Once I'm concentrating on that spell, that is correct.
He doesn't like that at all.
Well, of course, because I planned it that way.
Right. He's very unhappy with you there, Ragnar. As the wind is blowing, he stands on top of his chimera, his spear raised above him, and he's going to fire 2 bolts straight at your heart. 13 and a 19.
The 13 will miss, the 19 will hit.
19 points of necrotic damage, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of his next turn.
My concentration roll, I rolled a 20.
The wind still blows. He's going to spend 30 movement to make his way down there. He's just screaming into the wind. You can't really understand a word he's saying. So we're going to go closer to the battle of Klaus and the Eater of Hope. The Eater of Hope, he's going to shoot out a toxic fume. He's going to do the Breath of Hopelessness upon you. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Rolled a 21.
Rolls a 21. All right. Klaus, you are going to take half damage. So you're going to take half of 34 points of damage. So you're going to take 17 points of damage.
Enough.
That's half, yeah. Half of 34 is 17.
Yeah.
But you are not cursed.
Nope.
The two that are confused, we're going to roll for 1. Got a 9. He can take his turn normally. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So he's going to go up, and I need both Pip and Klaus to make me a charisma saving throw.
Klaus rolled a 22 on that one.
Pip rolled a 12.
All right. So, Klaus, you saved yourself again.
Yep.
You're going to take another 17 points of damage. Pip, you're going to take 35 points of damage.
Dang.
And you are cursed. Aeolus, the other one rolled a 6. What is he doing?
The creature does not move or take actions this turn.
He's just been hanging around. He has not moved since this combat started. At the bottom of the corner, everybody's kind of just ignoring Aeolus because, well, invisibility. The other demon, he's going to fly over here. He's going to attack Ragnar. Ragnar, 2 claws. 12 and a 20. A 21 hit, correct?
Yes.
Ragnar, you are going to take 17 points of damage. That is 9 slashing damage and 8 necrotic damage.
Concentration, I got 12.
You fail your concentration save. But have no fear, because it is now your turn.
Before we go through that, I'm going to use one of my piety points to re-roll that saving throw because of my piety. I can re-roll my wisdom saving throw, so I'm going to re-roll that if I could, please.
Ooh, yes, go ahead.
I got an 18 instead.
18, that will save. So yes, you keep your spell up. God! God be damned!
As a bonus action, I can change the direction of the wind, any direction that I want in the line. So I just want to keep it in the same line and push him back another 15 feet from where he came from.
So you wanted to try move the Ashen Rider another 15 feet back?
Yep.
So the Ashen Rider is not really going to matter much because he's riding a creature. So it's just up to the Chimera to make this roll. He rolled a 6.
He goes back another 15 feet.
That was most of his progress. In the last turn.
As an action, I'm just going to chug a potion because I kind of need to. I'm just going to chug my greater healing potion. It's the 4d4 plus 4.
It won't do anything.
Because of necrotic damage.
Because of the damage, yeah. You can't regain hit points. So if you take the potion, it won't matter.
So, okay. Well, then I'm just going to swing at this guy here with my axe.
Hammer.
Or hammer.
All right. Go ahead. Swing away.
16?
No. 16 will not hit.
Okay. Then I will miss it. Then I still have to move.
Yep. 21 to hit you.
What I'm going to do, DM, here is I'm just going to circle around this Eater of Hope because I don't feel like taking an attack of opportunity. Circle him until I complete my movement and come back around him. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do because I don't want to take the attack of opportunity. I want to keep my concentration spell up because it's so much fun.
I never actually said that you couldn't do that. Yeah,
nope.
Okay.
You just said we had to use it.
I fly straight up, I fly straight back down.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to fly. Yeah, you didn't specify. You said as long as you can fly, do 40 movements. I'm just going to stay within combat, fly around them.
No, I'm totally fine with that. That's brilliant and good job. Golf clap. Klaus.
All right, so
it is your turn.
A little bit of information here for the necrotic damage. You said it can't be healed with the potions. Are they healable with spells though?
No, you can't regain hit points. Now your necrotic damage, it's only when the Ashen Rider does necrotic damage to you. So you can't heal his damage until the start of his next turn. So you weren't damaged by him. You can
I wasn't talking about me.
Pip, maybe.
Pip took a lot of, both of y'all took a lot of damage. So.
I did not take as much as him.
Yeah, actually you did because you took 17 and
I got
17.
Hit twice.
Yeah. So.
Pip, what are you at right now?
35.
35. Let's fix that. Okay, so I'm going to take a little detour, come down to where Pip is, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. And that's going to be at level 3, by the way. So I'm going to have, 3d8s plus the spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, so 3, that's 11, plus the charisma is 1, so that's a +1, so that's going to be 12, plus with my item that doubles it, so that's going to be 24 for.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And then to use up my motion, I'm going to come a little bit closer to this Eater of Hope, and I want to slash him with the double-sided scimitar.
You used your ability to cast. You
just-
use your action to cast that.
Can I use the bonus action to attack with it?
No, you cannot use your bonus action because that's only if you use your action to attack.
Okay. So then I'm going to come out this way then. Actually, no, I'm going to go back down here where what's his name is.
Well, okay, hold up. You started your turn here.
Yep. See how far I can go.
You started your turn here.
Yep.
So you can go here.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
All right. And because the one that you're fleeing from, they're both those creatures are under the confusion. They both they don't have reactions, so they can't take attacks of opportunity. They're a little bit slow in the uptake. They're like, huh?
Let it go.
Klaus, are you doing anything else?
Yeah. No.
All right.
I'll be good with that.
Next up is Lopos.
All right. So with the Eater of Hope, I am going to launch 2 arrows into him. Actually, I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on the Ashen Rider.
Okay.
I believe that's about my 40. Move it if it's not. But
So you're going to move first, and then you're going to cast your spell?
no, I'm going to cast my spell and then move.
All right, go ahead and move.
And then I am going to put 2 arrows into the Ashen Rider.
All right. Roll for attack.
So I missed with the first shot. The second shot will do 7 piercing plus 4 from the Hunter's Mark.
Total up is 11 points of damage.
That'll be correct.
All right. Are you doing anything else? That's pretty much all your turn, right?
That is all my turn.
As you hit him with the arrow, I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be a 12.
As you hit him with the arrow, he's going to use his legendary action, Reduce to Ash. That same dark light that he used to strike down a firer in your first encounter with him is going to shoot out of his spear, striking you in the chest. As you make your Constitution saving throw, you feel the necrotic energy surround you and penetrate into you. You're going to take 24 points of necrotic damage, and your total hit points has been reduced by 24. You cannot heal that at all until you take a long rest.
And that includes the extra 10 that he was given.
Yes. So, Lopos, your maximum hit points is now 55. After Lopos, it is Pip.
So Pip's going to go, don't you know you're not welcome here? Can't you take a hint? And he's like, gonna come over here next to his friend, and he's going to cast Wind Wall at the Ashen Rider and the Chimera. This one's similar to Gust of Wind, but it also does a little bit of damage.
So it's DC strength saving throw, correct?
Yes.
All right. So the Ashen Rider will make his strength saving throw. He rolled a 19, and the Chimera will roll a 10.
Half as much damage on a save.
Okay. So the Chimera is going to take 3d8 points of damage.
And I'm doing that straight out from me, by the way, like in a line from me.
All right, fair enough.
So that would be, 11 bludgeoning damage and half as much to the Rider.
11 bludgeoning damage.
Yep. And push 15 feet.
You can barely hear it over the sound of the wind, but he seems to be screaming and shouting, and he's just very annoyed about what is going on right now. Pip, is there anything else you're doing this turn?
Nope, just keeping concentration on keeping this guy out of the fight.
So next up on the chopping block is Aeolus,
All
the
right, so
busker.
Aeolus is going to use his movement, so here, and he is going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. It's a 30-foot radius. I'm going to use it to heal Klaus, Ragnar, Lopos, and Pip.
So you cast it at a point, and that spell bursts free and radiates around you, filling the area with healing light. So
Everybody heals for 25 points of healing energies.
Aeolus, are you doing anything else?
I think that's all I can do. I don't think I can give someone else Bardic Inspiration since I already used my action, correct? No, I have a bonus action.
Bonus action.
Who haven't I given it to yet? Lopos hasn't gotten it yet. I gave it to Klaus, Ragnar. Lopos, you're getting a D10 of Bardic Inspiration.
So what are you saying for all these Bardic Inspirations?
You guys are doing great. I just want you to know you guys are doing amazing. You're making it happen. And to them, this voice is just coming out of thin air because none of them can see me. So I'm like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
How high of a
Guys.
perception you gotta have before you can see somebody invisible?
I think with this, you either have to have true sight, but the stipulation is the living can't see me.
Not even with a 21 passive.
That's true.
I don't think. No, you can't see me.
Yeah, the mask hides him from anybody of the mortal realm.
Dang, that's awesome.
All right, so let's go back up to the Ashen Rider, and let's see if he can
Does
actually
the mask
join.
hide his Pegasus too, or do you just see Pegasus floating around?
You just see his chariot. Yeah, his chariot's still roaming around, but yeah, you haven't seen him yet. He's getting fairly annoyed with you people.
This is not how I expected it to go down.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
So using his movement, he's actually going to fly around the wind. So if he gets there, I need Pip and Lopos to make me a dexterity saving throw.
16.
All right. So Pip, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 14.
14. Okay. So Pip, you're going to take 38 points of fire damage. Lopos, you will take half, so you will take 19 points of fire damage. And then Ragnar, because you guys are such good friends, and he wants you to die, an 11 and a 21 to hit you.
Well, the 21's going to hit.
You're going to take 22 points of necrotic damage, and again, you cannot heal that until the beginning of his next turn. And go ahead and make a concentration check on your spell. And Pip, I need you to make a concentration check on your spell as well.
I guess the wind will finally drop.
Okay.
I got an advantage on mine, so
So you rolled two 22s?
I don't know why it rolled 4, but yeah, 22.
All right, so it's 8, so the DC is 8 plus half the damage. So you took 38 points of damage, so half of that is 19. So 19 plus 8 is 27. You did fail that, so your wall goes down. All right, so they're going to roll a D10. 8. Aeolus, what can they do with an 8 for their confusion?
This creature uses its attack to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn.
Okay, does nothing this turn. And with a 5, it just hangs there and does nothing again, correct?
Yes.
So this creature has just been hanging out, doing nothing for the entire combat.
A big help.
It's been such a big help.
For
It's
us.
also not as annoying as the wind that kept blowing back down.
Right.
You guys are welcome.
Ragnar, 2 claws attacks on you, 9 and a 21. You're going to take 5 points of slashing damage and 7 points of necrotic, so 12 damage total. So this one is going to fly over towards you, Pip, and he's going to give you 2 claws. 19 and
Misses.
an 8.
Definitely misses.
The 19 misses?
Yeah, I got 21 AC.
Okay, so 2 misses on that. And next up is Ragnar.
I'm going to disengage with this guy here. I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to cast Destructive Wave on this guy. This Hope Eater here, and then, of course, Ashen Rider and Shimra in there, because any creature within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Each creature I choose within 30 feet of me. So I'm going to do that. It's a Constitution save, and I'm going to burn one of my divinities for Wrath of Storms. So I'm going to do maximum damage, which is going to be 30 points, and they still get the save, though. It'll be 30 points of Thunder and then 16 Radiant.
All right, the Eater of Hope did not make his save. The Chimera made his save with a 21, and the Ashen Rider rolled a 16.
So for those two, they're going to take half of 46, and then the other one's going to eat the Eater Hope's going to take the full damage, the 46 damage instead of 45.
The 46 damage?
Because it's 30 thunder damage and then 16 radiant.
Gotcha.
Max damage with my Wrath of Storms.
So the Ashen Rider and the Chimera will both take 23 points of damage. That Chimera is not doing very well. He is in the red. You can see the wings, are deteriorating. It's flapping and breathing and it's become ragged. Are you doing anything else, Ragnar?
Nope, I moved and I did my action, so I'm done.
Next up on the chopping block is Klaus.
The Eater of Hope behind me that I just passed, that's the one that hasn't been doing anything this whole time?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna double back onto this guy and go ahead and attack him. However, actually, no, I'm just gonna do it as I am. So let's just hit him with a double bladed.
11 will miss.
19?
19 will hit.
Okay, and I have my third one still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and a 20.
20 will hit.
Okay, so I'm attacking with 5 and 10. That's still also going to attack him with the radiant damage that I have up. So that's a 3d8 for the...
2d8. It's 1d8 per hit.
Right, but I did it at a 3rd level, so I get an extra.
Oh, so it's 4d8, right?
Is it 4?
If you hit twice, then yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that's another 25.
That creature dies horribly.
Yay!
As it plummets down into the water below, its body starts to disintegrate and turn into ash and smoke. It is gone.
All right, so I have not moved very much.
Nope, you have not moved.
So I am, let me see, I started out around here. So that's about 10 feet. Now I'm going to go out here. So I'm just out of reach of the other guy. And that will be my turn.
Next up is Lopos.
All right, I am going to turn tail and head south, and then I am going to fire an arrow at the Chimera. So that's going to be a 27, and then I am going to cast Lightning Arrow on it.
It's a concentration spell, so you're going to drop Hunter's Mark, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so what did you roll for an attack?
So I rolled 27 to attack.
Okay, that's a hit.
And the arrow is going to do 10 piercing damage, and that was at the Chimera, or actually at the Ashen Rider. And then that is going to do 23 lightning damage to the Rider, and then 3 lightning damage to the Chimera and the Eater of Hope.
So how the spell works is that when you fire the arrow basically disintegrates, and you're just shooting with the lightning bolt. So you don't actually do weapon damage to it. Makes the attack roll the target takes on a hit and half as much on a miss, instead of the weapon's normal damage.
Okie dokie. So it's going to do 23 lightning damage and then 3 lightning damage to the Eater of Hope and the Chimera.
All right, Lopos, are you doing anything else?
That'll end my turn.
Okay. Next up is Pip.
So, the Ashen Rider's falling, right?
No, the Ashen Rider's not falling.
The Eater of Hope is falling to the ground.
The Eater of Hope has died. So one of the Eater of Hopes is dead.
The other one that was attacked, he got put prone, so you said he's falling.
Oh, yes. You are correct.
Which one's falling then?
The one next to you.
One is the one that's falling to the ground because I knocked it prone and it's currently falling to the ground.
Okay, that's the one that's falling. Okay. He's got 3 turns to save, but if I were to speed up his falling, would he have less than 3 turns to save?
Yes.
Okay. Pip's going to then jump off his chariot, and he starts like skydiving down, and mid skydive, as he catches up this Eater of Hope, he slowly transforms into a giant eagle. And this eagle is going to just put its beak on the middle of this Eater of Hope, and he's going to be diving as quick as a eagle can dive, which I expect is pretty fast, a lot faster than he's even falling now. And he's just ramming his beak in there twice with multi-attack. So does 15 hit?
15 will miss.
Okay. Well, he doesn't do any damage, but he's still pushing him down.
Okay, I like it.
And I'm not going to let up either when I get close to the ground, because even if my eagle takes full fall damage and dies, I still just come back as me.
All right. You in turn?
End of my turn.
Next up is Aeolus. Busker.
All right, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Lopos, and I think that's a D4 plus 9, but I'll cast it at 2nd level. I'll give you 12 points of healing, and then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the Ashen Rider.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, it is a Wisdom saving throw. He failed.
So what does he take?
He takes 2d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
He takes 5 points of damage. As you cast the spell and it hits him, Aeolus, he turns his head towards you, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Can he see me?
He can.
17?
17 just misses it, my friend. Aeolus, you take 34 points of damage, and your maximum hit point shrinks by 34 as well. Anything else, Aeolus? Did you move?
Yeah, I already moved.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. Next up is the Ashen Rider. The bane of the entire fight has been Ragnar, so he's going to turn his Chimera towards Ragnar. Ragnar, a 22 to hit and a 25 to hit.
All right, that'll hit.
24 points of damage.
All right, I'm still alive.
Okay. So the Eater of Hope makes his roll. He rolls an 8. So with an 8, he attacks the creature next to him, right, Aeolus?
That is correct.
Okay. Actually, the creature next to him is the Pegasus that Klaus is using.
Can I use my my Will of Clothis to make that last attack not hit?
Yes?
I would like to do that.
Okay, so he doesn't hit your Pegasi? Your Pegasus?
No, we won't hit with the 34 points, or the 24 points.
Oh, he won't hit Ragnar.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I would like to do that, please.
All right, so Ragnar, you did not get hit because of the Will of Clothis.
Thank you.
Ragnar, it is your turn.
Well, I think you know this is coming, and you're get the full brunt of it, so you know what's coming.
What is coming?
Destructive Wave is coming right at your face again. I'm again blowing my divinity to make it full damage, so it's going to be full thunder damage, and then the radiant damage that goes with it. So it's Destructive Wave hitting both of them. You still get to make your Constitution save.
Okay. Constitution save.
And then it's going to be 48 points worth of thunder damage to both of them if they fail, and they take half as much if they save.
All right. He rolled a 20, so he saved, so he takes half damage.
Half of 48.
Okay. Half of 48. As your spell goes off, the Chimera will die. So there's this look of confusion on the Ashen Rider's face as he rights himself up, and he realizes that his mount is dead. And it's almost like that Scooby-Doo thing where he's like, oh God. And he starts to plummet towards the earth.
My Coronas, serve your fate! As I watch it plummet to the earth.
Ragnar, you do anything else?
I have to move, so I'm just going to move over to here because my movement.
Okay.
And then move over there. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. So we're going to go out of combat right now. Is anybody doing anything?
I would like to cast Enlarge on the Ashen Rider. It makes him 8 times heavier, and it makes him plummet to the ground faster.
Oh God.
The target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. Its growth increases its size by 1 category from medium to large. For example, if there isn't enough room for the target to double its size, the creature or object attains the maximum possible size in the space available. Until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapons also grow to match its new size. While the weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deals 1d4 extra damage.
And I'm still taking the other demon down with me as a...
Yeah. So it's 20d6 is the maximum fall damage. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
He takes 60 points of damage as he strikes the ground.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's still up. He's prone right now. He's just kind of laying there.
Little dizzy.
They took my damage and that damage, and he's still alive. Wow.
Is the one that I'm taking down dead?
Yeah, as you slam it to the ground, it takes 73 points of damage, and it dies. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can pull up in time.
Wow.
Pip, you take 72 points of damage. You come out of your bird, and then your body takes the other 46 points of damage. Pip, you are down and bleeding out on the ground.
How far away am I?
You guys can get to him.
Well, okay. I want to get to him,
I would like to do that too.
and I want to cast Revivify.
Well, he's not dead. He's unconscious.
Oh, he's not.
Wait, are we out
Well,
of
then I
turn
can
order?
still cast Cure Wounds on him.
To do something, though, before we think, I like to cure wounds on myself if I could.
Sure.
At 4th level, just to give myself some hit points back.
Okay. Is anybody landing?
I am.
So
Aeolus
Klaus,
is landing.
where are you landing, Klaus? Are you landing near Pip?
Yeah, I'm trying to land next to him.
Before I heal myself, though, I would like to land first, and I would like to land here and then heal myself, so I'm on the ground right here by where the Ashen Rider is. And I heal myself for 26.
And then
So you're
while he's
up to
doing
55.
that, I want to use Cure Wounds on Pip.
Ragnar and Klaus have landed. Aeolus, you said you're landing?
Yes, I am.
Where are you
Yeah.
landing?
I'm landing right next to Klaus, but Klaus can't see me, so I'm just going to whisper, over here.
I'm like, where are you?
I'm over here. Now I'm over here. Now I'm over here.
And Lopos, where are you landing?
I was not going to land, but I was going to shoot an arrow down that would explode into a Nyxborn lynx.
Okay.
And the creature's Nyxborn nature gives it advantage on saving throws against spell and other magical effects.
As the Ashen Rider and Pip both hit the ground, the Ashen Rider, due to this larger size, creates a crit into the earth. Pip, you hit the ground, revert back to your form, but the impact takes you all the way down below your threshold, and you start to bleed out upon the streets. Klaus and Aeolus, they jump down from their mounts. They head over to Pip. Ragnar, on the other hand, he goes and he heals himself, landing near the Ashen Rider, ready to finish this combat. Lopos stays in the air and at the same time summons a Nyxborn lynx using the second of his 4 arrows for his bow. All right, so for the last time, we're going to roll initiative. This will probably be the final round, and we'll see how lucky everybody is.
All right, sorry, token, but I rolled an 18 on the first one.
An 18?
Klaus rolled a 17.
Aeolus rolled a 7.
Pip rolled a 16.
Lopos at 14.
In my first string of good luck, the Ashen Rider got a 19. He will go first. He will stand out of this crater, his black spear used to prop himself up. As he stretches, you can see the crumpled and dented armor on his body. He looks around. The first thing that he sees is the cat. He's going to strike at it. A bolt of ash strikes at the beast. Hits him for a 20. The creature takes 25 points of damage. And just to spite it once more, it's going to strike again. 23. The creature will die. Ragnar, as you're behind him, he turns his spear to you. He holds it out. He's run out of turns. It is your turn, but he's taken a fighting stance, ready to destroy you.
First things first, bonus action, Shield of Faith on myself.
Shield of Faith? All right.
You get 21.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bring up my hammer. I'm going to hold it up into the gods and tell Cronus, give me the strength to strike this creature down. And then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave on it at 4th level.
Now that the creature is no longer on his mount, he does not get the benefits of an advantage. So he's going to roll straight. He rolls a 21.
All right, you're going to take half of 29.
So he's going to take
But
14, 15.
He's larger than me, right?
No, I cut concentration on that when I landed. He's the same size as he was before he went down.
Okay. Other than that, that's all I can do. So yeah, I bonus action, Shield of Faith, and then cast Thunder Wave on him, and he takes half of 29.
Anything else, Ragnar?
That's all that I can do.
All right, so Klaus, you are next. The rider does not look very well. His body is beaten. Everything's kind of strained on him.
So he is not looking too good. I want to walk over, and the only distance weapon I have is my spear, but I want to go ahead and throw that because I still have my shroud on. So I want to 16. I only get 1 with the spear, don't I?
That's correct.
You still have Bardic Inspiration, so you have a 1d10 if that's still up, so you should be able to roll that.
Oh yeah, I do. So it'll be 19.
19 will hit.
Alright, so then I attack with spear. That will hit a 1, but that also includes the shroud, which is the 2d8, and then I put it up at 3rd level, so that gives me 3.
Well, it was 1d8, and then it's a d8 any level above 2nd, so it would be 2d8. So roll 2d8.
That'll be another 2 hit.
He takes 3 points of damage.
Yay!
Are you doing anything else, Klaus?
No, I'm not doing anything else.
All right, he's going to shoot at you with a bolt of ash for 28. You're going to take 23 points of damage, Klaus.
Will do.
As his legendary action. Next up is Pip.
So how many Pegasus did we have on our chariots apiece?
2.
So can I call out to the 10 Pegasus to come aid us in this battle?
No, they're just transportation.
I'm going to come up to about here, and Pip's going to try again with Elemental Bane.
9.
Okay, and Lightning.
Okay. Anytime he takes lightning damage, he takes an extra 2d6 of lightning damage. All right.
Yes.
Sounds good. Anything else, Pip?
Pip will use his bonus action to transform into a giant scorpion.
You are now a giant scorpion.
Awesome. And I'll run into melee range here as the giant scorpion.
Okay.
And that'll be my my turn.
All right. Next up is Lopos.
All right, I am going to grab the last of my special arrows, and I am going to launch it into the wall that is right there, creating a wall of thorns here.
All right.
So as the arrow strikes into the wall, the vines spread out across the way, the walls building around the Ashen Rider and through the giant scorpion, but I'm assuming the giant scorpion has something that prevents it from being affected by the terrain. That's Lopos assuming that the scorpion will be fine in some thorns. And
yeah, it doesn't have anything that will prevent it. So yeah, Pip, you're gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw using the scorpion stats.
Okay.
All right. So if I can get a dexterity saving throw from the Ashen Rider,
15.
Well, it needed to get an 18, so that is going to be 41 piercing damage.
Yeah.
And then 32 slashing damage.
Pip, what'd you roll? 9?
Yeah, for a total of how much damage? Because I think you might have just re-killed Pip again.
Actually, the slashing damage doesn't take effect until he moves. First time a creature enters the wall on a turn or ends its turn there.
Okay. So the giant scorpion is going to take 41 points of damage.
Okay.
As the vines surround the Ashen Rider, the thorns start to poke through his armor, start to skewer him. The spear that he's hold has been knocked out of his hand, tumbles to the ground next to Ragnar's feet. He tries to reach for it, but another spear spears him through the arm. He cries out, "No!" And before he says another word, another thorn spikes him right through the helmet, and the Ashen Rider goes silent.
Oh no, this ain't over yet. I'm going to drop my shield, take both hands of my hammer, and I'm going to swing it over my head and crush it down on his skull.
Ragnar, as your hammer swings down, you feel slight resistance, and then all of a sudden, it's like striking smoke. Your body disintegrates, and your hammer hits the cobblestones of the street, and the helmet smashes between it, almost flattening it out to a plate. There's a loud crack of thunder that echoes throughout the city. The demons that are overhead, they stop, and they seem to be confused for a second, and they all start heading back to the whirlpool, back to the underworld. And the only thing that is left of the Ashen Rider is the blackened spear.
Is Pip okay?
Do you keep concentration on the spell?
No.
Then Pip's fine.
Also, to slightly retcon, I misread the dimensions. It's only a 5-foot thick wall, so I can actually make it not hit you.
The city is silent. Even though that you destroy the Ashen Rider, the people that are still alive do not know of that yet. A thunder cracks throughout the sky, opening it up, and you see above you the Nyx. The gods shine down upon you. You have done a great deed today. But, like all stories, this one is the end of the Ashen Rider, but the beginning of something else. And so, we bid you farewell. The end.